It would help if I'd had the sound on when I said all of that. This is Neil's Meals. I'm Neil. I'm going to make dinner. Every Saturday night I'll make dinner here and you'll see what we're going to have. Tonight I'm making jambalaya. This jambalaya is not really authentic by any stretch of the imagination. It's just what's happened since years and years and years ago, we bought one of these. Everyone's probably seen these in the store. And years and years and years ago, we used to follow the instructions where you would cut up a pound of meat and just put it into this. And slowly over time, I've, of course, turned it into a huge pain in the ass. But a delicious one. That's what I'm going to show you how to make. And thank you for rating J Fries. I really do appreciate it. Dark Passenger, three-stream streak is a big deal for someone like me. All right, so we're going to start this with, we're going to cook some meat. And I don't have this thing set where I need it for that. So we'll do it like this. We'll maybe do it over here. All right, I think that'll work. Sorry about that. We'll do... Oh. You leave it too long, it just goes away. It says it's charging.
Technical support.
I don't know what it's doing.
Hello, everybody.
Let's do that so we can see what it's doing. It's acting like it's charging. I wonder if the battery went dead in it.
I thought it didn't use the battery. I thought it was being...
It never wants to. It's supposed to be, but if that
I wonder if
that's not
charger's not working.
if that's not good.
You want me to try the other one?
Yeah, get the one off from my phone. Sorry about this, guys. This is the sort of thing we have to do, but I will carry on. You just won't see my pan. So into a pan, I'm going to, well, I'll take this meat. I've got some frozen, well, they're not frozen anymore, but they're boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and we're going to cook those off. So I'll turn my pan on some heat. Put in a little olive oil. And since I also have some, I've been saving bacon grease. I'm going to put a little of that in. Oh, thank you. Oops.
We've been slowly collecting the bacon grease.
We have. Is it working?
I don't know. It's not one of these things where this isn't turned on or anything.
No, it's plugged directly in. Is the cam link thing lit up?
No. Sorry if I'm in the way.
I don't know if you are or not.
You sure that doesn't turn on when
It may turn on when it's connected.
yeah.
All right, so that's bacon grease in there. Merrick, thank you so much. Did you unplug them and plug them back in? Unplug the camera. Make sure you get the right one.
Did you test it ahead of time?
Yeah, I had it working.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, let's do this. Let's,
I thought we were going to stop using the GoPro.
well, we are. The face cam is in there. Technical support on stream. Ooh, I'm not even sure what a flamencouche is. So sorry about this, guys. I mean, I had this all working in advance, and of course,
It just needs USB-C.
yeah. So just plug that into this right here.
You don't want to go directly in where this was?
Oh, yeah, you can do that, but you need to do it to this one. Here.
Well, why couldn't I just do that?
Oh, yeah, you can do that. All right. So let's see if I can find it. Let's do one of those. Let's do GoPro properties.
Yeah, change that. I don't see it. Try. Yeah, it should just work. Yeah, it should be there. Maybe this USB port doesn't like you anymore.
Maybe it's not going to recognize it until I... Isn't there like a refresh or something? Or... Let's try deactivating it and activating it. And see if it shows up now.
I don't see it.
I wonder if it's that.
Try it. What is connected into the USB-C? Is that the other cam link?
That's the... Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could... Hold on. I'm going to put up the... Okay, folks. I'll still have sound, but I'm going to put up the title card here while we do this. Use one of these.
What do you see it?
I don't know. All right, so that camera's back, I think. Well, it's...
Deactivated. Thanks. Panthelina? Here.
Let me try turning the camera off. Is it lit up on that then? No.
No, it's not even lit up. back.
Let me try a different one. It blinked. It lit up.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Yay, we're back.
All right, we have that.
All right, so let me see if the other one is working.
Check the device manager. I need to get by you. Oh, there's a stool here. Go to one side. All right. So I'm going to cook the chicken.
And we're going to work on getting the camera working. Well, the mouse is not going to be near the raw chicken. I'm going to put a microphone on so you can hear me. We're not going to put the mouse near the raw chicken.
No, we're not. I wish this was a little more thought out than it is, but that can't be helped. Can you
What do you need?
move for a second?
So what is the chicken?
The chicken is about 3 or 4 chicken thighs. I think I was saying it was 2, but it's a little more. It's just however much you have. In fact, for this chicken, you could use a can of chicken. I've done that before. You could use, excuse me. You could use any chicken you had left over. This is a great sort of
Hey,
dish.
Mr. Handy's Kitchen. Yep. We're trying to get it through.
And I'm just putting some Cajun seasoning on these.
Or Miss Handy's Kitchen. Sorry. I never learned how to read.
And I've put some Cajun seasoning on those. I mean, you could just salt and pepper them. I just think that since it's that dish, that's what I'll do. This is just a smoked sausage that's supposed to be easy open, and it's not.
Video source connected to USB 2.0. Needs to be at least 3. So it's maybe the cable.
Yeah, I got another one here. It's shorter though.
Yeah.
Like, maybe do this one.
Okay.
We'll just have to do it till we can get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use the other one of those.
We'll try it.
So I'm using a turkey smoked sausage just because that is better for you. Oh, great. I got turkey
some
juice on the
stuff.
floor.
I'll get it. Helps if you put it all the way in. No, that's not too either.
There, put that. Just grab that. No. So I'm just cutting this in half along the length. And then I'm just going to slice it into half moons.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, and I'm sorry that I haven't really said hi to people. We've kind of been dealing with a issue here. I mean, we may just have to do it with one camera. It's just the way it is. All right. I need a pair of tongs. Oh, that is not enough color. Those need to cook for longer and for higher.
Yeah, chicken takes a while.
No, there's just no color on them at all. It was just white. I need to cut other things.
Which one's which?
The top one is mini HDMI. The middle one is USB.
Oh.
But you have to get the cam link if you think you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm just going to try it again. Boo, boo, doo, boo, 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 boo.
I've turned them over. They've got a little color. All right. So I have a couple of onions that have been in the refrigerator for a couple days. But they're kind of soft. So if these were good, I was gonna. They're telling me we can see plenty from here. We don't need an extra camera.
No. We're going to try and get it working.
It's not turning on.
There's no video signal is what it's saying.
It's because it's not on. It won't turn on.
It won't turn on? This is why we don't like the GoPro.
You might have to take it out of that thing
Yeah.
and take the thing off the bottom of it so you can get that cover off and take the battery out.
Yeah.
right, so I'm peeling an onion. I really kind of needed to be dicing all of this while I've been worrying with that, so.
Yeah, I'm messing with this. You just keep going with that.
So what I do is I go into it a few times, just all the way across. Like, you can do that thing that you've probably seen chefs do where they, you know, cut through it this way and then dice it this way. And, you know, if you want it to look fabulous, that's a great way to do it, but this is just easier. And you just turn that and slice it down. You basically just want to dice. Then do it to the other one. Hope all of y'all are having a good evening. Sorry about all these sort of weird issues we've been having. I swear I had all of this working a half hour ago.
This is what live streaming is all about.
I checked it all before I even went on camera. All right. Hello, Square 1986.
How are you doing?
Welcome to
tonight?
the stream. Tonight we're making a jambalaya that is not really authentic. So if you're from Louisiana, I don't want to hear how this is not authentic, because I'm openly admitting to it. Then we're going to break down a bell pepper. Yes, I think that's true. All right.
How do you get it out of this?
You have to take the bottom off. You have to unscrew that screw and flatten those two things.
Oh. Do you have another battery?
Not one that works.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on the chicken. You don't want it to burn necessarily. And, you know, pretty much you can improve anything that you're making by cutting up a few vegetables, running them through some oil in a pan, and then going on to do whatever you can do. It'll greatly improve a jar of spaghetti sauce. It'll greatly improve, and it doesn't have to be bell peppers. It can just be some onion and some celery. And by the way, you can use any color bell pepper you want. I just like the red ones. All right. And then let me check on this chicken. All right. And we're going to turn this down a little bit and put in the sausage. And really, we just kind of want to get some color on it. You might have to put a little more oil in it. And then just sort of let that cook and try to get a little color on it. I mean, they're fully cooked already. And if they're not, they would finish cooking in when the rice is cooking. All right, so we've got some celery here that doesn't look great, but it's usable. Just trim the bad parts off. So these were celery hearts. I don't like celery hearts as much. I'd rather just have the celery. But this is what the store had the day I was in there. Or actually, I think I ordered this from Kroger. And Kroger, oh!
Thanks for the bits.
Thanks for the bits, Matthew J. Celery is expensive in your country? Celery was classically been cheap. It's gotten so it's about a little over $2 US. Sometimes up to $3. Well, there was a point where celery was extremely extravagant to eat. And you'll find like old recipes for like grataning celery, which just seems weird to me. A celery juice craze? God, I can't even imagine drinking that. I mean, I like celery well enough to eat.
Can you step up? Whoops.
Give that a little more heat. All right, we've got the vegetables chopped, then we've got
All right, you've got
okay.
this stuff up there though, so I don't know.
We'll see it showing the battery. It's like it's not charging.
Yeah.
So it probably won't stay on long.
But is that the battery over there too?
That's the SD card.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you've got it recording.
Oops. Oh, now it says it's charging.
All right. Oh, we're in ads.
Do you want it closer at all?
Yeah, you can do it a little closer.
Get a little closer. Don't be shy. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right place for it.
Right. I was trying to get something off the bottom.
I'm lending a helping hand.
You are, it's true.
Hey, Mad Mothy, we're doing jambalaya tonight, Mad Mothy.
I'm doing this a little out of order because I'm actually cooking chicken tonight.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't actually cook chicken.
Take the lid off.
Smells really good. Yeah, jambalaya is basically kind of rice and a meat and spices. Is that how you would describe it?
It's a dish from Louisiana. It's Cajun or
Cajun.
Creole. I'm not sure.
Creole,
which.
yeah.
Sorry. Shit.
What's wrong?
See this black stuff on the bottom?
Yeah.
That's not what you want. My pan got too hot.
Ah. So don't get your pan too hot.
Give me like a little water.
Now you're looking at the ceiling.
Sorry.
Yeah. Neil's spatulas were right where the camera was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think he was just worried that the pan got too hot.
oh, it did.
That's why I asked for the water.
Yeah. Just give me this.
It's hot. Careful.
Okay. We'll let that cook down.
You want me to kind of leave the kitchen now?
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's turn this down a little. I should have turned it down. All right. All right. So, oh, well, thank you for subscribing. Mrs. Handy's Kitchen. Now I'm going to cut this meat up. And I'm going to throw away this little black thing that I pulled out. All right. So you just want to kind of cut it into pieces that are bite-sized. So I'm going to just sort of cut it that way and then cut it this way. You don't necessarily want to get it too small because when it's boiling in the rice, oop, I think I just, but we got some nice color on it, and that, you know, that's flavor. And it's just fall apart tender. It's not really a curry. I wouldn't describe it that way. I mean, curry is all about the flavor of that powder and the spices you put into it. I mean, I guess it's similarly prepared. I don't know. I haven't made a lot of curries. All right, that's a good amount. Let's check on these. All right, I'm going to do something a little unconventional here. Because what you smell from this is just overwhelming of that burnt flavor, and I'm going to try to rinse it. I don't have any more vegetables that I could start this over with. First, we're going to rinse out the pan. That smells better, so that's good. Sink is a disaster, though. This is such an amateurish thing to do, so I'm sorry. But I was flustered with the camera, and then turn this up. Let's see if we can recover it. Let's see if it will sizzle. All right. This has been a nightmare. Okay, it's sizzling a little again. We'll give it a little more oil. Let's see if we can finish cooking the stuff. All right. so that's cooking. That's cooking, that's cooking. So I got something on my glasses. Hold on just a moment. I have to walk around here to where this is. Okay. All right. So that's sizzling again. Let me do this too. Because I'm hot. All right. Let's peel some garlic. I have a little stool here that I will sit on while I do it. We want that one. All right. So I'm going to peel some garlic. How much are we going to do? We're going to do, looks like 3 cloves, 1 big one and 2 little ones. All right, that's good. That works. I hope all of y'all are having a good evening. I'm sorry this has been, well, you know, it's a learning experience. And this, you know, I may have messed this up, but we'll keep doing it. If only I'd gotten a picture of me rinsing out the vegetables in a colander in the sink, that would have been for the books. That would have been a great thumbnail. Oh, okay. Well, Mrs. Handy's Kitchen, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry you probably saw mostly my back because we were having issues. Did this work for me or? Oh, I think it did. All right, that worked. Sometimes I do that and the peel is stuck to it so hard that it doesn't detach. Only backs. If that becomes a thing, I don't know what I'll do. All right, that's fine. All right, and that's fine. And thank you, Mrs. Handy's Kitchen. I'll have to, J Fries, can you do a shout out to her? And, you know, if you're not following her, I haven't actually followed her myself, but I'll have to go and see what she's doing. I assume with a name like that, she is on here cooking something. All right. Let's see if I can salvage this dish. Because if not, we're ordering a pizza. All right. No, I'd say this is all right. Here, let me give y'all the view. I mean, it's got a little black in it, but, you know, that's just the way it goes. I don't think it'll taste bad because of it, but before I did anything, it would have. All right, let's throw a little oil there. And turn this pan down a little bit and get out my thing that's not here. It's here. Stuff mysteriously moves around my kitchen. All right. Put him in there. Do it some more. Put him in there. And smash that. And then scrape it off into the oil. And you just want to cook it for just a second. Like 30 seconds. When you can smell it, you want to mix it back into the other vegetables so it's not on the surface. Because one thing that will be gross if you have it is burnt garlic. Burnt garlic is possibly one of the most bitter things I've ever had, except for maybe the stuff they give you when you have to go for a colonoscopy. That stuff is worse, but sort of in an entirely different way. I'll just put a little water in there, and I'm going to drain. Let's use this. I have a can of tomatoes. I'll put that there. And a can of green chilies. The colonoscopy stuff, it's, well, there's different preparations. They're all pretty awful. But, you know, I'm glad I went and did it. Because I did have some precancerous stuff. So when you turn 50, just go do it. Don't not do it. That's great. I dumped a bunch of them in the sink. All right, that's perfect. That's the theme of tonight. How can we make mistakes? And you shouldn't worry about making mistakes in the kitchen because, you know, I've cooked this 1,000 times, and sometimes I cook it just right, and sometimes I just have a night like this. All right. So you just kind of want to drain the juice out. I don't know that I did that because this is mostly petite dice, so they don't drain as well. All right. And we're going to put these in the pan. And then we're going to stir the stuff all around. Turn the heat back up a little bit. All right. So we're going to let this cook a little bit. Try to drive off a little of the moisture. That needs to go back in the pantry. Go there. All right. So, I think I'm back on track. What we'll be doing now is oh, J Fries, thank you for that. We needed some comedy tonight. All right, so that's driven off some moisture there. It's not as wet, which is funny because now I'm going to add some red wine and make it wet. And, well, there's not much here, but it'll have to be enough. So this is just a, medium-bodied red wine. It's a Merlot. It's not special. I've said before here, if you're going to cook with wine, you should never cook with a bottle that says cooking wine because they've added salt to it. And it's typically a really bad wine because it's been somewhat denatured. What I tell people to do is get a wine that you would drink, but you would not love. Because in the final dish, unless you're going to reduce it like from a large volume to a very small volume, which most home kitchens are not going to do, you can find any reasonable wine. I think I bought that one for $5 in Aldi or Aldi. I'm not sure which it is. So when it gets about that wet, we're going to start giving it its flavor. So I'm going to throw in, turn it down a little bit. We're going to throw in a couple of bay leaves. That's a big one. Most of these have been small. Probably could have just used one. We're going to throw in, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of oregano. And we're going to throw in, and I'm just using, the spoon out the drawer for this. It's all I ever do. This is a Cajun mix I've made. You could use any commercial Cajun mix. I make my Cajun mix because I don't like it as spicy as Cajuns like it. And so I think this mix calls for 1 tablespoon of cayenne, and I think I put like 1 teaspoon of cayenne in it. And it's plenty hot for me. So we're going to put in 1.5 spoonfuls of that. I'm doing totally like something my mother would do. Just cook it till it looks right. All right. So you're going to put that in and stir it around. Let those flavors marry for a second. This is sort of the base. And we're going to have to get ourselves a 1/2 cup of rice. We're going to use the Zatarain's rice. That gives us some extra flavor. It measures out the rice for you, basically. We're just adding a small amount to it. Normally, and this is where you can sort of stretch it, right? If you need this to be more, you can add more rice and then add more water to it. And, if you used leftover chicken, that would potentially be free. If you used canned chicken, that's probably cheaper than fresh. Like I've used fresh here. But many times I've made this, I've just used a can of chicken. Overhead camera. Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's do the swap here. All right, so that's our daughter who's coming to have dinner with us. All right, so the last thing I need to do is, where's it? There it is, it's over there. I need to measure some water for it. And this is how I make this calculation right. So it calls for 2.5 cups of water for this box. So what I do is I add an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce into the measuring cup. It's over there. And then for the 1/2 cup of rice I'm putting in it, I'll probably add I'm sorry, I really do know, about a cup of extra water. Because you generally, if you're going to cook rice on the stove, want to have sort of twice as much water than as you have rice. All right. So let's see if this comes off. All right, it does. Lovely Condentina tomato sauce. Pour that in the can. In the measuring cup, rather. All right. And I'll put that there. And I'll take this over here. And I'll just use this can and, rinse it out some. To put water in up to where I want. Which is about 3.5 cups. Can be a little less, but I usually go to the full half cups. One thing that can happen with the tomato sauce is that there are sugars in the tomato sauce, so they can make it on the dry side. All right, so we have this water. Let's go back to here. So we have this water with tomato sauce in it. And let me get a spoon and stir it up. Now at this point, this pretty much becomes a dump dinner. You want to stir the tomato sauce into the water so it's not all on the bottom. And then you're going to put your meats in there. So we'll put the sausage back in. And we'll put the chicken in. Chicken. Put that in. All right. We're done with this. And then we'll put in this half cup of rice and this box of Zatarains, which is just a bunch of stuff in a bag. Kind of shake it up a little, get the spices sort of diversified. Oh, that's nice. The tear open didn't work. All right. It's just been that kind of day. All right, so use a pair of scissors, and that opens it up. And we can add that. All right. And then you just sort of stir it up a little bit to get everything sort of combined. And after you do, you add your water. You want everything to be covered. Let's sort of mix it up a little. I think that's going to take a little more water. It doesn't have to be all covered, but put in like that much. All right. So then you're going to turn this up. All right, I'm just gonna put the lid on that. And we're gonna let that come to a boil. Uncover it and stir it. And then we will put on a timer. So, a few things about this. Like, we originally started doing this because it was cheap and we had less money. And I've certainly made this more expensive. However, I have also stretched out how many people this will feed. And if you did want to, you could put much less meat in it to rice. And I would, if you had vegetables that were starting to look not great, they'd probably be fine in this. You're going to boil everything together for 25 minutes, then let it sit another 5. So everything will be cooked. And, as long as the stuff isn't mushy, I think you're okay. I'm thinking about trying to do some things that are more cost effective for the stream, because I know it's pretty bleak out for a lot of people, and I don't like to bring on any of that up here, but it is the fact that that's what's going on. And I've been thinking about making meal bags to give to the local food bank, and some other things. I may take my earnings from this and put it towards that. When is dinner and when can I come? Well, unless you're in Central Florida, you can't. And it's when it's done. Dinner is always done when it's done. But welcome to the stream. Reben. Hey, Bijou. All right. So that's boiling. Ooh. All right. So we're going to give this a stir. It smells really good. All right. And then we're going to turn this down to simmer. So I'm going to turn it down here because this tends to run really hot. All right, and you set a timer for 25 minutes. So while that's cooking, I'll clean up a little bit because this is a mess. All right. Let me get one of those. Thank you for whatever happened. I didn't see it. Oh, gifted subs. Thank you. I love when you subscribe. I don't ever want you to feel like you have to, but I do love it. We'll put it on that so you can see it cooking. Now, because I did put the tomato sauce in this, I am going to go in and stir it at one point. All right, let's get some of this stuff. I got a ring where I sat a plate over here. That needs to go away. All right. Oh, and this here. We'll do that. All right. You made a pot roast. How did you do it? Did you do it on the stove? Did you put it in the oven? Did you use the slow cooker? And yeah, throw pics in the Discord. I think this works. I turned on Mix It Up. Did it not connect? Oh, there it is. That should work. J-Fries would check the link and make sure it works. I did go back and change it. On Discord, I put Neil's Meals, which is where I post what I'm doing here, and your meals, where you can put pictures of what you're doing, or if you want to share, and if you find yourself out in a restaurant and something looks really cool, that would be neat too. There's a recipe suggestion, and a few people put suggestions there, and I'm looking into those. But actually, I'll look at the Discord here for a second. Okay. I can look at my own Twitch, I think. Oh, yeah, and you might see where I put... oh, that looks wonderful. With a nice piece of crusty bread, too. That looks great. Over mashed potatoes. A lot of times I put little potatoes in... a lot of times I put little potatoes into a roast. You don't usually want to put them in at the beginning. Usually you put them in like a little past midway through, because you want them to cook through, but you don't want them to be sort of waterlogged. Those are nice to get, like the little fingerling potatoes or the little red ones. Or even just, some red ones that you chop up into pieces. Yeah, no, I can see that. I mean, russets are generally the cheapest, at least in the U.S. Sometimes I get the little ones, even though they're expensive, but it's because I know I'll use them all. Because I can't, make myself buy a 10-pound bag of potatoes that I won't eat them all. I don't know which way is more foolish. But yeah, you should always substitute for, what you have on hand. Like if I didn't have all of this on hand, maybe it wouldn't have gone in there. I would keep rice on hand. I keep these boxes of stuff on hand. I have the sausages. I buy them when they go on sale and I freeze them. And the chicken was chicken that he kept telling me I bought too much of. So I've been looking for ways to use it. I used a turkey sausage. It was just a Hillshire Farms. There is a difference in quality. That's true. I used a turkey smoked sausage, I think, or a polska kielbasa. If you wanted to make this more authentic, you could use andouille. Andouille sausage is very spicy, and I'm not a huge, very spicy guy. I make this a little spicier than I want, because it's supposed to be. Then you're probably better off using like a smoked sausage or polska kielbasa. I don't think like breakfast sausage would work, but you could try it. Usually that crumbles up though. Yeah, fingerling potatoes and the big potatoes, the fingerling ones tend to be a little creamier. You could get, sometimes you see new potatoes, which are little yellow potatoes that are similar to the red ones. They're sort of waxy. Like typically you have a waxy potato or a starchy potato. And so like a russet is a starchy potato. If you're going to use a russet in some kind of stewed dish, I would, if I was going to do that, I would do, earlier on the stream, and you can look in the VODs or on my YouTube, and you can go there, I think, to get my YouTube. Yeah, that's a link tree that has my YouTube on it. I put up actually, it's probably in the Discord. I did an Italian sausage and peppers and onions meal that was sort of Italian. And that might be a better thing to do with it. All right, so this has been going for 17 minutes. I'm just going to sort of shake it to loosen everything. All right, that's good. Start putting a little few things away. All right. I mean, I think with Italian sausage, the fennel would overtake the dish. Because Italian sausage is pretty much sort of a very specific use case. All right, I can put this box in the recycling. Okay. But yeah, I would encourage you to, think about what you have and think about what it sort of goes with. Any place, pretty much any place that calls for ground beef, you can put in ground turkey or ground chicken, and those are typically cheaper. If you wanted it to be vegetarian, you could use those burger crumbles. You couldn't use those as like patties or anything, but you could use those vegetarian burger crumbles in like a sauce. I wouldn't put them in as early as you'd put meat in. They tend to break down a little bit. I would put them in closer to the end. I used to use those at one point in my life because they were cheaper, and I'd put them into like spaghetti sauce, or I think I tried to make tacos with them once, and they were okay. But yeah, I mean, there's always, and that's something I've sort of, that's something sort of I've never loved about a lot of like the chefs that you see on TV or on YouTube, or people that have this very definite idea of what everything has to be. And, food has been adapted from time immemorial. Do you really think the British had curry before they went to India? No, of course not. When the people came from Italy to America, they couldn't get, some of the things they got from home. They couldn't get the San Marzano tomatoes. They weren't sending them over. They had to use the local tomatoes. They had to use the local meats. That's kind of where you get something like pepperoni instead of something like a hot salami or a Calabrian sausage or something. There's just a lot more of that stuff available. Although I do find in the supermarket that a lot of times there's less of what I expect to be in there. So that's been a little disconcerting too. Just like things you found that you liked and you would go back to buy them and they weren't there. I seem to be seeing that a lot. Oh, this shirt looks very orange on camera, but it's actually red up here. Let's see what it looks like over here. Yeah, that's cooking away. It just has to simmer. Yeah, it could be. I don't have great lighting. This is just the kitchen lighting. But it's just what I have right now. So it's fine. Sometimes this camera darkens out too, but it could just be the lighting. He had J Fry's had a camera for a while that wouldn't render green properly. So that was weird. Yeah, that's true. Well, the original Britain didn't start doing that pretty much until probably the 16th or the 17th century, because they were buying them through people in Europe at one point. I mean, they sent people over to to North America. I don't know if they were searching for spices, but I mean, it's true the British built their whole navy on trying to acquire all of that pretty cheaply. Yeah. But, every culture has bad things in its history, and some of them have bad things right now. Let's take a look. Okay, this is about at the 10-minute mark. And I'm going to give it a stir. Let's see how hot that thing is. Let's get a pot holder. All right. Yeah. Just get some liquid down in it. It's looking good. Looking good. That just needs to simmer for more time. I've been trying to think about what I would do on Tuesday. I plan to revisit the maple oatmeal cookie at some point because I wasn't super happy with it. Although we've eaten them all, so I guess they couldn't have been too bad. But I think I might do a spice cookie that my grandmother made, or maybe something else. I'm not sure. That's what I'm leaning towards. My sister has been sending me a bunch of recipes that she's found unearthed that were my grandmother's. And I don't remember her. She died when I was pretty young. Panthelina, you have a great evening. I'm sorry that I didn't get this done so you could see the end point, but it's about another 10 minutes. But please go to bed and get a good night's sleep, and eat something good when you can. And thank you for being here. I love having this community. I love people who come and watch that we're cooking some mess here. I need this. I need something to drink. Okay. Bye, Panthelina. I don't know. That's a cute emote. What is anybody out there doing anything sort of special, gearing up for the holiday? Or, of course, those people would only probably be in the U.S. Because we have Thanksgiving coming in a couple weeks. I don't know if you saw it. I put it in the Discord where I got a 7-pound turkey for $3.50. And I was so it was like I hadn't even planned to go do it. We had just gone into the store just to walk around because it was a different store, and I found one that was $3.50, and it's just the two of us this year, so I needed something small. I don't know that I will stream the cooking of the turkey, but one thing I make after Thanksgiving is turkey and dumplings, and I will stream that. And I plan to probably do some of the sides in advance, so I may stream that too. Well, what do you like, and what can you afford? That's what's your budget, and do you have like some tradition you're trying to stick to? Sort of the classics you see are, like stuff like mashed potatoes and green bean casserole and mac and cheese. And like mac and cheese to me is pretty pedestrian, so I'm not making that for Thanksgiving unless somebody really wants it. Mashed potatoes. I mean, I guess, yeah, mashed potatoes from scratch probably is pretty good, but usually I make a pan of dressing, or some people would call it stuffing. I always learned that if it was in a pan, it was dressing, and that if it was in the bird, it was stuffing. And I don't ever put that in the bird. I don't really like green bean casserole. I know that may be a hot take. But I don't love, I do a sweet potato casserole. That's pretty good. Of course, the one that I make ends up being sort of like a dessert. Watch as I completely remove all nutritional value from the sweet potato. Yeah, I like to do carrots, and I like to do green beans. Like I'll cook green beans the way I cook them, in lieu of green bean casserole. How on earth do you turn a casserole into a dessert? Well, I spice it like you would spice a pumpkin pie, pretty much, and I create a topping that's brown sugar, cinnamon, and pecans that I put on the top. That's basically like candy. So like the inside of it is not super sweet, but that is, and when you eat them together, it tastes good. I don't do it regularly. I mean, I do it like once a year. I usually will make the pumpkin pie, from Solid Pack Pie. I don't always make my own crust. I will admit to getting the rolled up crust from the grocery store. Yeah, no, that's true, Mr. Mad Mothy. And what I like to do with it is I like to have various sort of flavors there. Like the dressing is very savory. As a matter of fact, it was too savory originally. I ended up adding a chopped up apple to it to make it a little more balanced. I usually will make deviled eggs. Wait, there's the list I had last time. Let's see. Turkey, dressing, sweet potato casserole, green beans, rolls, pumpkin pie, deviled eggs, and cranberry sauce. I make my own cranberry sauce from scratch. I've never had the cranberry sauce in a can, because my mother always made it. She was just always like, it's too easy to make. I'm not going to pay for it. I really miss her because we would always have these sort of meals, me and my sister and my mom and my dad when he was still alive, but especially after, like when Jay Fries and I first got together, we would split those holidays sometimes. I haven't seen a cranberry sauce in the jar. Usually you either get the jelloed one that comes out in the shape of the can, or they do make a whole berry one. I usually do put in a little orange juice into the water. And I usually put in just a little bit of nutmeg and a pinch of salt. It needs a pinch of salt. Okay, that looks like it's almost ready. They don't like to, they don't sell you as much here in a glass jar. They've even started selling pasta sauce in plastic jars. And I don't super like that. I don't like the amount of plastic in my life. I've had things go bad that would never traditionally go bad in glass. Like I had a jar of mayonnaise turn in the pantry. Canned chicken. I mean, canned chicken has its applications. It does make a decent chicken salad. If you're going to do that, though, I would cook the chicken a little bit, or put it on a plate, sprinkle some poultry seasoning on it, and put a piece of wax paper over it, and microwave it for 45 seconds to a minute. And it will totally make that tin taste go away. All right, so that, yeah, no, I get it. So now we have to let it sit for 5 minutes off the heat. Yeah, I mean, tinned meat is not great, but if it's all you have access to, you can do things to it to make it better. Like if you can stomach putting it, dumping it out of the can. I usually drain it. And like I've used it in this dish, drained, and just I cut it roughly into pieces. I don't know. I only think I've ever had Spam one time. It's yeah. This was a plastic squeeze bottle that was unopened of Duke's mayonnaise, and it didn't bloat. It changed to an unappealing brown. You don't typically want that in your mayonnaise. I don't think I've ever had corned beef. I mean, I've seen it in the store. I had Spam. I was probably 20 or 21 was the first time I had Spam, and it was in a grocery store. It was in a grocery store that they were doing like samples, and so they made Spam burgers, and so I took one thinking I would try it. And I wasn't a fan. But, in some parts of the world, left over from World War II, Spam is a delicacy. It's bizarre. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't think of that. I just threw it away and attributed it to the heat that's here in Florida. I had the powder go bad in Kraft macaroni and cheese, and that was really flipped me out because I thought that stuff lasted forever. Yeah, yeah, no. There are a lot of things like that. Like nobody would want to eat air dried beef, but it's supposed to be good in cream chip beef on toast. I don't think I've ever eaten that. Gosh, I have a lot of holes in what I've eaten. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you could technically put spam in this. I would see if they had one that was spiced appropriately. I know they make a bunch of different flavors of it now. All right, so this has another minute and a half. So, I'm decided I'm not going to buy the Kraft macaroni and cheese anymore, but it's not because of the nuclear orange powder. It's the noodles are so terrible that it's like they put the ones for the Easy Mac in the regular Mac. There's just no texture to them. Even if you don't cook them as long as they say, I've taken them out and like you shake pasta in a colander and they just came all apart. And so I made the mac and cheese anyway, but it was weird because it was just all these like broken macaroni pieces in it, but they were soft. It came out more like a mac and cheese pudding. So I think that I'm just going to make it. Oh no, this was well beyond andante. And I think it tells you to cook it for 7 minutes, and I think I cooked it for 3. And it's just not. It's not what I would call good eats. All right, so this is, we'll go back over here. So this is back over here. We'll move it over here. It's very heavy. And this is what it looks like. And you just sort of want to give it a stir up to sort of fluff it up. It's a little wet, but that's pretty normal. It's sort of a sauce in the, and it smells wonderful. And you can see the pieces of chicken and the sausage and all the vegetables. This nice rice, and it's all coated with the sauce. So let me, here, we'll put some in a bowl. I'll use this thing. We'll put some in a bowl. I want to put a piece of chicken on top too. Yeah, put a couple of the. And what would have made this better probably is, if I had some fresh parsley that I could add to it, just to give it a lighter taste. So that's jambalaya. That's what's for dinner. That's what we'll be having. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll try the Aldi's Matthew J. Garlic bread on the side might be correct. I would feel weird having it bread with rice. It's like 2 starches at one time. thanks so much for coming and hanging out while I made dinner through our many trials and tribulations of this meal. Thanks for any subs. I know I had a few or one. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a little on the traumatic side for me. But, be sure to take care of yourself and eat something good. And, if there are people in your life who need help, if you can, you should help them. And if you need help, you should seek out the resources that are available to you in your community. Because I really don't believe, and this is hilarious, is this big man that I am saying no one should go hungry. But otherwise, thank you for coming, and we will enjoy this dish here. Thank you, Izzy. I'm laughing because she's in the other room. And thank you all for coming. It really, really makes this special for me that I get people here that are willing to just watch this and listen to me talk. We're going to rate out now, so we'll see if we can find someone to rate out to. Oh yeah, we didn't do the taste test, but I guess we'll have to forego it. I know what it's going to taste like. It's going to be fine. All right, who is out there? I think we might go to her. We're going to go to Lumpling Lara. She's making chicken pecan pie, stuffing focaccia, and salsa verde chicken for dinner. She's been up for about half an hour. Oh, but she'll be right back. Maybe we'll wait. Or maybe... Let me see if I can find someone that's there. Or let me see if she's come back. Nope. I don't want to dump y'all into somebody's I'll be right back. Table Thai cooking is air frying chicken in Japan. Well, that might be good. Oh, they've rated. Okay. Let me refresh it. This is always the problem is rating out. Maybe she came back. No. The one I want to stream is away. I don't really want to do that to y'all. Oh, here we go. We'll do Chef Devon's. Chef Devon's is making some kind of cinnamon roll. So we'll rate him. All right. He's in the middle of cooking. Again, thank you so much for coming to my stream. I really appreciate it. And as always, eat something good, take care of yourself, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday. Bye now.